POTS is not something that I have. However, as a personal trainer, someone with a kinesiology degree, and someone who loves to educate and try to help educate other people on things that they can do in very nuanced ways with my platform, I'd love to help tackle this best I can. Now, I'm not going to claim to be an expert, but here's what I think would be very helpful. The biggest issue is that with an elevated heart rate, you shouldn't be doing exercises that elevates your heart rate even more. And I know that can be super discouraging. However, I think the best thing for you to focus on is, how do I move my body and keep that heart rate down? One of the best ways to do that is to practice really effective breathing. Let's go over that, as well as I want to just say, try to do things that are super light and easy at first if you're struggling to do more than just stretch. Maybe go for more walks. Maybe jog a little bit every now and then. Nice and easy. Slowly pick up that pace and find where you are now that feels comfortable, or pushing your body just enough to where you're making progress, but you're not putting yourself in any sort of risk. I know that's a lot of work for you to do, but anything that has to do with your body, you have to put the work in. I can educate all I want, but you're the one that has to move and figure out what your specific body needs. Let's go over some breathing. So I've talked about this in some other videos. I'm not going to preface anything because I've gotten a lot of flack for what I've done before. Please understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. Be respectful. I'm trying to educate here. So we can expand our diaphragm, our stomach, by breathing down here. You can also breathe deeply into your chest and expand your lungs in multiple ways. That is what I'd recommend for you to learn and develop while doing very light, easy activities like stretching, like walking. Really fixate on as deep breaths as possible. When you're walking, just and try to get as much air into your lungs as physically possible. And then the process of very slow, deep breathing is used in a lot of long-distance runners and a lot of those athletes who are really good at sustained cardiovascular training. Learning how to fixate on your breathing helps slow that heart rate down. So getting control over your breath is probably step one, I would recommend for all of you who have POTS or struggle with this kind of stuff. And then as you develop that sense of breathing, when you're doing bicep curls, find a rhythm, find a routine, find a way for you to do it that doesn't elevate your heart rate, but you're still getting some work done and making progress that way. Hope this helps. Let me know if it does or doesn't. Ask me more questions if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Love you dearly. Have a good day.